There has been some fear by detect users that reporting their fines would lead to that site being scheduled, and therefore they would be then prohibited from going on that site. This is not the case. Casual losses, which are what metal detectorists find, do not provide the criteria for scheduling a site. To schedule a site, the site must have archaeological remains below the surface, and the scatter of coins or artifacts on the surface does not in itself provide enough evidence to schedule a site.
You will find that there are a lot of sites in England which are scheduled. Obviously, detecting is a no-no on these sites. Unfortunately, you do get the odd nighthawker. I've got to bring it in, you do get the nighthawkers. These are not detectorists. These are just crooks. They're out for the money, and they give the detecting fraternity a really bad name. I've got no time for them whatsoever. Something like this, obviously it needs to be scheduled. You can't have people going along digging holes willy-nilly. I said, something like this, if you didn't have it scheduled, you would have so many people from all over the country digging holes in this. Even more important are sites such as Anglo-Saxon burials. This has to be left down to the experts. There's no good going in there willy-nilly, digging up bones in the hope of finding a shield boss or an odd sword. We have a site not far from here, and so far they've discovered 217 odd remains of human. Can you imagine what would be happening if you had a whole load of metal detectors going in there digging the holes? It would be lost. The archaeologist's job is very important.
There's a great social life to metal detecting, and you will find other detectorists a friendly crowd. A great way to make new friends and increase your enjoyment of the hobby is to join a club. There are hundreds of clubs all over the country. Meet new people, talk about your finds, enjoy days out and share your experiences. Meetings may include a raffle, a find of the month competition and guest speakers.
Second, Richard Bainbridge is scheduled second London. And third.
The advantage of joining a club for me are to, basically it's a social thing for me personally. As regards digs, that sort of thing, I think generally you have to find your own land, or you join somebody. Can I mention other people, you know, Central Searchers, Weekend Wanderers, those sort of clubs where you can go further afield, but I have a few fields of my own, but obviously not.
I've been involved with the National Council since about 1990. I became Assistant General Secretary in 1994 and then General Secretary in 1996. The National Council for Metal Detecting is a representative body of elected volunteers formed in 1981 to provide a means whereby responsible metal detector users would have a democratic forum to discuss problems affecting the hobby and to provide an authoritative voice to counter ill-informed and frequently misleading criticism of the hobby itself. Anyone coming into the hobby of metal detecting, I would always recommend that they join a club. If they don't continue to attend that club, then first of all it will give them an insight into the hobby. It will give them the chance to speak to other members, to other people who go out detecting, see what types of machines they are using, see where they're going, see how they gain permission, to learn about the law relating to metal detecting, and it's a great mine of information within a club that anyone new to the hobby can learn. The National Council does have a website. The website address is ncmd.co.uk. On there you will find a list of clubs by region for those who are looking for a club to join. It will give you information on the Treasure Act, which all detectorists need to know about. It will give you a host of information about the laws in Scotland, which is different to those in England. It will give you a list of coroners throughout the country, where you need to report items of treasure. And it will give you links to the DCMS website, where you can see fines that have been reported by responsible metal detector users. It'll also give you a membership form which you can download, and it'll give you the National Council's Code of Conduct, which all metal detectorists should abide by.
Most importantly, you're in an organisation that's responsible. You can keep up to date with the laws and regulations, but also, as I say, it gives you the liability as well. You know, when you're metal detecting, you have got that backup there if anything goes wrong.
The advantage of being a member of a club is that you meet other people who are into the same hobby, and you can also take fines, show fines to each other, experience the same weekends together, share fields that you get permission on. There's lots of different advantages that, you know, people sit around a group and just discuss general fines.
You'll never be short of friends if you're into metal detecting. Pick up a copy of any metal detecting magazine and you will find an up-to-date list of all the rallies that take place all over the country. These rallies are huge gatherings of like-minded individuals who spend all weekend detecting on prime sites, often on land that would otherwise be inaccessible. As well as any natural finds you might have, you stand the chance of winning prizes, meeting others and often meeting a representative from the Fines Liaison Office who will help identify your fines. There's a great family atmosphere at the rallies, and they're great for kids too. Take the caravan or tent and make a weekend of it. Many rallies are organised to raise funds for charities, such as the Catherine Parr Rally in August 2006.
This is our 7th rally, and we started them when a friend of my family took a child on holiday to South Africa, and she went into a cafeteria and there'd been a bomb planted by Al-Qaeda and it blew her legs off, and her parents, when they'd visited hospital with her over the years, realised there was very little National Health Service assistance for paraplegic children under 16 years of age, and we decided that we would raise money for the family. It got to such a level that we actually are paying for the NHS guidelines on children's amputations to be rewritten. The NHS won't pay for them, but their surgeons will be using them. Since we started the rallies, the metal detectorists from all over Europe, but mainly England, have raised £61,000 by paying to come to the the rallies for the weekend, and also donating further on top of that with raffles. The rally we're doing now, we've gone through some terrible weather, but we estimate that there's somewhere in the region of 200 people here, and the worst weather we ever encountered was at Well in 2005, and we still had 250 people a day. I'm told by the amount of telephone calls that we get on Christmas Day that the atmosphere at the rallies is electric, and this year there's people pleading with us to change the names of the rallies, such as this is the Catherine Parr rally. People want everyone just to be advertised as the friendly rally.